Feel the magic under Keely's light. Hook in hand, we're gonna start today. Hook in love will show the way.
Hello, it's Keely from Hooking Love, and this week's stitch of the week is the Parquet Stitch. So subscribe and follow along for stitches every week, but for now this is the one we're going to be making, the beautiful Parquet Stitch. Now, to make the Parquet Stitch I am going to be using a 4.5mm hook, and I'm also using an Aran weight yarn in lilac. This is acrylic, but of course you can use whatever yarn, material or weight, as long as you've got an appropriate size hook. I like this one a slightly tighter, hence the 4.5, because I'm quite a loose crocheter anyway. And we are going to start with a chain which is multiples of 3 plus 2. So that's what we're going to start with. So I'm going to do a chain of 20. So I shall do that and come back to you in a second. Now here I am, I've done my chain of 20 and we're going to start with our first round to get ourselves set up. So I am going to skip the first chain, and into the second chain I am making a US single crochet UK double, and then I'm going to chain 3, and then within that same space I'm going to put an US double UK treble, and that pretty much is the majority of the stitch. Okay, so I'm going to skip 2, so 1, 2, and in the third again a US single UK double, chain 3, and then a US double UK treble. Okay, so this is what we're looking like, and again skip 2 and the same stitch. So in US terms we're doing a single, 3 chains and a double, and then I'm just going to lift that up slightly, sorry, there we go, and then I'm going to skip 2 again, and in that third chain, this is in UK terms now, we're going to do a double, chain 3 and a treble. I'm going to carry on that all the way along. We're just coming to the end now. So I've got 3 left, and I'm placing 1 US single, UK double in the end. And then this is what this first part of this Parquet stitch is going to look like. Okay, we're going to move on to row 2. So at this point you're either going to choose to do a chain 3, in which case chain 3 in turn, or if you're like me, you're going to do a standing double or a standing treble in UK terms. Entirely up to you. I prefer doing a standing stitch because I prefer how it looks. If you don't know how to do it, I do have tutorials for it, but to do it I'm going to just turn and make my standing stitch. Then into the same space, so this space here, so this is where the last single crochet went, I've done a standing double. You may do a chain 3, in which case either way you're going to work back into that space a double crochet UK treble. Okay, then we're going to start working in these chain 3 spaces. So in these chain 3 spaces you are going to make the same combination of stitches as we have been doing. So a US single UK double, chain 3, followed by a US double, which is a UK treble. And we're going to do that all the way to the penultimate one. So when we get to the second from the end, we're going to complete this same structure, and then the last one we're doing something slightly different. There we go. Need to get some more yarn. So I'm coming to this, my second to last, so I'm going to make that repeat. Okay, so now in this last chain 3 space, still going to make my single, so UK double, US single, but this time I'm going to chain 2, and then instead of going back into the space, I'm actually going to work a US double or a UK treble into this first single crochet that was made on that round. Okay, and that then gives us our second round or second row of that stitch. So we're going to do row 3, and then what you'll do is you'll keep going between row 2 and 3. So we'll talk through row 3, and then I'll give you an explanation as to how my students have found this one. So at the end of this, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to turn, and we're going to place a US single or UK double into that first stitch. You're then chaining 3, and then putting a double crochet into that chain 2 space. That's a UK treble. Okay. So this is our sort of slightly different way of doing that at the beginning there. Then we carry on doing the same combination again. So US single, UK double, chain 3, and a UK double, US treble, all into each one of those chain 3 spaces. Again, all tangled up, can you see on my ends? So I'll just that's sorted. Sorry about that. And I'm going to carry on. Now we keep this pattern right to the last chain 3 space. Can't tell. And then, if you remember now, we have, that was the standing double, chain 3, a double, and then that single crochet. So we're going to skip over these 2, and then either in the top of your chain 3 or in the top of your standing double, which it is for me, we're placing a US single, UK double. So, and this is what we're now looking like. So what you'll find is every even row starts off with a US double, UK treble, and every odd row is a US single, UK double. So you go in small stitch, large stitch to start with. My students found that the actual main part of the body of the pattern was fine. They started to get confused at the beginnings and the end. So I'm going to go through row 2 and 3 again. So we're going to move on. We've just done row 3. We're going to move on to row 2. So I've just placed a UK double, US single in there. So which means now my row is a double row. So again, I'm going to do a standing double. You might be doing a chain 3. So I'm going to turn, and I'm going to do my standing double. And then once I've done that, into the same space, I'm putting another double crochet. Yeah, and then I have this chain 3 space, and I start my pattern as normal. So this bit was easy. Everybody was like, yeah, this bit's fine. So I'll just work my way along. Okay, and then as I get to this end one, I'm placing a single crochet, a chain 2, and then the double is going into the single at the very end, not into the chain space. So when we do a round starting with a UK treble or a US double, we place a chain 3 or a standing stitch, then a double. So I'm going to talk in US terms just so it's not too confusing. Then a double in the same stitch. We then make everything just the same stitch combination of single, chain 3, double, until we get to the very last one. And in the last one, put a single, a chain 2, and then the double goes into the single in the row below, not into the chain space. Okay, so we're back now to the row 3 repeat. So chain 1 and turn, we place a single crochet into that first stitch, chain 3, and then a double crochet into that chain 2 space, and then we're back to our normal pattern. Okay, that's the last one of those, and then again we're going to place a US single in the top of the chain 3 or the top of the standing stitch, which is the very last one there, and that is our 2-3 row repeat. And that's what you keep on doing, you keep doing this 2 and 3 row repeat. So I'll do a few more rows and come back to you so you can just see it slightly taller than it is and see a slightly bigger piece of work. Now here we are, I have done a few more rows just so you can see it with a slightly longer length, and hopefully you can see a really pretty stitch, and it has sort of like this backward forward motion, which is, I'm assuming, where the name Parquet comes from. I think this would be lovely either as a panel on a top or as the whole body of a top, as well as I think it would make a really nice scarf. I'm not sure I'd make it into a blanket, but a cushion cover, panel for a cushion cover would look really good. And I'm sure you can think of many, many more uses for it. A shawl would look beautiful in this stitch. So there we go, that is the Parquet stitch. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe so that you'll get next week's stitch of the week, and I would love to know how you get on with this.